How you doing everyone? Scott here, back again with another music update. This is going to be a mix of CD and vinyl. It's going to be coming from eBay, HMV, and I was actually at a record fair today, so I picked up some vinyl from there. I'll get into that, but first of all, as usual, I will show you the CDs I've picked up over the last week. The first couple are from eBay, and the first one is Pat Benatar's Best Shots, just a kind of greatest hits compilation from 1987. I would never go out my way to try and buy any Pat Benatar individual studio albums, so I just went for her greatest hits with the likes of Hit Me With Your Best Shot, obviously, Love's a Battlefield, all the usual Pat Benatar songs on there. So picked this up really cheap, I think it was under £3, so that's good to add to the collection. Now the next CD is one I've been looking for at least 9 or 10 months, and it's not a hard CD to find. You won't find it in the shops, you'll only find it on eBay, maybe Amazon, and you're looking at paying £15 plus for this CD, and I just really wasn't prepared to pay that, although I was getting to the stage where I thought I might have to, because I really wanted the CD for the collection and I just couldn't find it any cheaper until now. Finally put in a search on eBay and it popped up £6 something, delivered, free postage, so I was all over it. And when it turned up, I didn't actually realise it was the digibook version, which I'm sure will be even harder to find, and it is Wasp's Unholy Terror. Now, if you're a Wasp fan and you're trying to look for this CD, then you'll know how hard it is to find, and I've never ever seen it in this version before, in this digibook. So obviously you do have the hard book cover with the inner booklet with lyrics and all that kind of good stuff, and in the back you have the CD. So yeah, I've never ever seen this version, so I was pretty shocked when it came through the door, because it didn't actually specify that it was a digibook, but I'm sure it's even harder to find in the CD, the regular CD version, so really happy with that. So that's Wasp Unholy Terror. Now the next one was a recommendation from a lot of you from my last update. Some of you may well know I'm really getting into Scorpions. It's taken me a while, but I'm kind of finding my feet with them. And I actually made a mistake. In my last video, I picked up Savage Amusement on vinyl, and I said, oh, this is the first Scorpions album I've ever picked up. Well, I was wrong. I actually do have another Scorpions album, and it's Humanity Hour 1, which is an awesome album, but I completely forgot I had that. So, going on your recommendations, I listened to the album Crazy World, loved it, and now it's mine. So that is my latest Scorpions pickup, and that's Crazy World from 1990. Now, these CDs I bought today, there's 4 of them, and they're all Noise Records packages. So you may remember me showing you this Halloween package. So it's called Ride the Sky, the very best of 1985 to 1998. All the tracks that he released with Noise. So obviously I've showed you that in my last one. So I found some more today, and the first one I picked up was from a band called Skyclad. Now I'd never heard of Skyclad until Metal Mickey mentioned them. He's mentioned them a few times in some of his updates, and I actually messaged Mike to say would this be a good pickup, and he said I'd probably enjoy it. So it's called A Bellyful of Emptiness, the very best of the Noise years, 1991 to 1995, and it's folk metal. I had no idea what kind of style I was kind of walking into when I put this on, and I listened to it in the car on the way home, and it's really, really good. You've got that kind of mix of old folk with the fiddle and like flute and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden the guitars kick in, and I really like that sort of stuff. It's almost like fantasy metal. So yeah, Skyclad, really good. And oh, that's in the car. For what you pay, I think this was £9.99, and the first CD has 18 songs on it, and the second CD has 15 songs on it. So I mean, you're getting a lot for your money. So really good pickup, Skyclad. The next one is same again. I've listened to this band a couple of times but never picked up any of their albums, and it's the German band Running Wild, and this is called Riding the Storm, the very best of the noise years, 1983 to 1995. And this is kind of like they talk a lot about like the Jolly Roger, it's kind of almost like pirate metal. I would think. I've listened to a few of their songs. I've never listened to a full album before, so I thought this would be a good way to discover a lot of their music. So again, you've got 16 songs on one CD and 16 songs on the other, and there you go with the digipack there. So that's Running Wild. And then I have Creator. So this is called Love Us or Hate Us, the very best of the noise years, 1985 to 1992. Now, I'm a massive fan of Creator, their newer albums anyway, and I've just never given their older stuff, although it is a bit more aggressive, less melodic, I've never given their older stuff a lot of time, so I thought this would be a really good way to do that. So this is 85 to 92, and again, on a wee double disc digipack, and you've got 15 songs on one and 15 songs on the other. So yeah, for what you pay, I think this was £5.99 as well. You're getting 30 songs. So that is Creator. And the last one I picked up is actually one that Metal Mickey showed, and it's from Voivod. Now, Voivod are a band I've never ever been heavily into, and I didn't even know I knew any of their songs until I was listening to Planet Rock, a radio station that I listen to sometimes, and a song was on that said, oh, it's Voivod, and I didn't even realise it was them, and I thought it was a really great song. So it was a more recent song that was played on the radio, so I thought I'd go back. This is called Build Your Weapons, and it's the very best of the noise years, obviously, 1986 to 1988. So I'm really interested in hearing this and seeing what they're like. So you've got 10 songs on one and 10 songs on the other, and it also includes, all these include a full colour booklet with photos of original artwork and sleeve notes and stuff as well. So really good pickups. So that's Voivod. So that's the CDs. I'll now move on to my pickups from the record fair. Now when I say record fair, it was advertised as a record fair, but it was a couple of shops that had kind of stalls out with some bins there. There wasn't a massive hard rock metal selection, if I'm going to be honest, and I was kind of going along to like kind of expecting to have a good rake through some albums that I thought I would never see in the wild. I mean, I got some good stuff, but it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be, so I was a bit disappointed when I turned up, but I did get some good pickups. So the first one I got was Yngwie Malmsteen and Rising Force. So that's a good one to add to the collection. I've got a couple of Yngwie Malmsteen's albums on vinyl now, so this was one that I was missing, and this was £6 whole, so I was definitely going away with that one. It does just come with standard paper sleeve inside. It's a bit worn on the cover, but it's not bad at all. A little bit of ring wear, but definitely worth the pickup. So that's Rising Force. Next one is, it's actually an album I see a lot in the wild, and I've picked it up before and then put it back, and I've gone back to the shop again and I've picked it up and I've put it back, and it's just never made the cut, but it made the cut today. And it's 1990s Stiletto from Lita Ford. Now, I don't own any Lita Ford, and I don't know why, because I absolutely love her stuff, and I'm really getting into those kind of like hard female vocals with the the heavy guitars and stuff as well. So yeah, this was making the cut today, and I'll definitely be looking for more Lita Ford in the future. In fact, I've already got another couple on the list, so I'll be looking for them. Inside you do have the inner with lyrics and photo. So yeah, I think that was about £7. Next up, now this was an album I was quite happy to find, and it's 1990s In the Heart of the Young from Winger. You don't find much Winger in the wild, and if you do, it's going to be their debut album. So I was really happy to find this. And you can say what you want about Winger, but I love Winger's sound. They might be a bit cheesy, but you've got to have a bit of cheddar sometimes. And the guitars are awesome. You've got Rib Beach here, who's just an awesome guitar player, so really adds to that. Inside, and this is in great condition, you do have the original inner with lyrics, so very happy to pick that one up. Next up is, yeah, this is also an album I'd never find in the wild. I wouldn't find any of their stuff in the wild, and it's from the Scottish band Gun, and it's their debut, Taking on the World. Although somebody has written, you can see that, they've written Whisper on the cover. Must be a big chocolate fan. Not in that sense, don't be disgusting. Again, really great condition, and you'd never see, well, where I am anyway, I would never see any Gun in the wild, although I am in Scotland. And it's in really good condition, apart from the chocolate fan with the pen on the front. So that's Gun, Taking on the World. I think that's from 1989. Next up is one I was quite happy to see as well, and it's a bit of thrash from 1986, and it's Nuclear Assault's Game Over debut album. I do see a bit of Nuclear Assault in the wild, but not too much, and they actually had Survive there as well, but it was really bashed, and they wanted more for Survive than they did for this, and this was in much better condition, so I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on this one and left Survive, which I don't know if I'll regret, but who knows. And inside you do have lyrics and photo collage, so that was a good pickup. So that's Nuclear Assault, Game Over. And the last one I picked up from the record fair was actually a bootleg, and I'm not heavily into bootlegs at all, but it was Motley Crue, so I was always going to pick it up. And this was still sealed, although I have now unsealed it, and it's called Hotter Than Hell, live at Perkins Palace, Pasadena, California, November 11th, 1982. And I wasn't even bothered about how it sounded. It was Motley Crue bootleg, so it was going with home with me all day. I have had this on, and it sounds absolutely brilliant. I'm going to be honest, really clean. And I actually did notice a misprint on it. The first song it has on Take It to the Top, when it should be Take Me to the Top. So worth a fortune now. No, so it was originally broadcast on KMET FM in 1982, and it was released by Bad Joker in 2015. So that is the Motley Crue bootleg. Really happy to pick that up. So that's what I picked up from the record fair. I did pick up one record from HMV, and this is not going to be to any of your tastes, but I saw this, and basically, if you're a member of HMV and you have like a points card, you sometimes get discounts off vinyl. So all the vinyl you can get a discount on, they have at the front of the store beside the counter where you can see it really. So this album was meant to be $19.99, and it was for HMV members it was down to £9.99, and this is an album I listen to actually quite a lot. It's one of my favourite albums from when I was younger, and it's NWA and Straight Outta Compton. So I thought I'd pick this up, and I know it won't be to your taste, but it is to mine, so I thought I would just show you, but I'll breeze past it. So that's that. Just comes in, actually comes in a polyline sleeve, and it is on Ruthless Records. So that's NWA and Straight Outta Compton, but you guys can ignore that one. Boom. So that is it. That's my pickups for this week. As usual, let me know what you think of the pickups. Thanks to everyone who's been subscribing to this channel over the last few weeks. In fact, thanks to all my subscribers, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.